All right, quarterbackdrills.com. The next phase right here for quarterback 101 play is the quarterback stance. This is a big part because this is where it's all going to start for them pre-snap, whether they're under center or in the shotgun. Okay, their feet underneath their armpits, good bend, as if he's going to receive the snap right here. So as we go down the line here, you know, this guy's got a little bit of a stagger. That's fine. We'll put him under center here in a second. And then we've got a good armpit stance right here. I feel that where you begin with the stance is where you're gonna end at the end of your drop. So we don't wanna start too wide because we don't wanna end too wide. So when we talk about throwing mechanics and throwing from the ground up, we're always gonna go back to that muscle memory of our armpit stance. So as we take a look at this guy, we'll get him under center here. He's got good bend. He's a right-hander, so we've got a little bit of stagger right there. So when he pulls off to the right, he's gained a little bit of space right there away from the center. If he pulls off to the left, we just got to live with it if he's going to stay with this stance. But this is the stance that we're going with to be comfortable underneath the center. Okay, so now we're under center here. We've got a good stagger. His feet are underneath his armpits, going to create the good base at the end of his drop. And now we've got a little bit of a 4 to 6 inch stagger here so he can gain some ground when he's going this way away from the center's foot. All right, quarterbackdrills.com, quarterback 101. Now we're going to talk about the quarterback's carriage. It's really important. This is the beginning of their drop as they pulled away from center or they're in their shotgun, but this is the beginning of their throwing mechanics. So as we take a look at this guy right here, we've got a nice A-frame here. The ball is at the top. We want to be on that back chest muscle, you know, 2 to 4 inches off the chest, nice and relaxed. We've got the upper, his grip hand here is the most intense part of his body here. His elbows aren't quite all the way down. They're not out. They're somewhere in between, nice and relaxed. This is our carriage position. And then he can get, we call this point A. And when we take the ball back, that'll be point B. And then when we finish, that'll be point C. So this is our carriage position. Take a look at this guy right here. Same thing. Got the nice A-frame right there. He's got his grip. He's got his front hand. Not a lot of front hand pressure here. We're 4 to 6 inches off that back chest muscle. As we get into the drop, this ball is going to stay with a steady level from chest muscle to chest muscle or pec to pec, and then he's going to go from point A to point B, and then he's going to release on point C. So we'll go to this guy right here. He's in his carriage position. Again, A-frame right here. We want all of our guys that we coach to be the same. We want to be efficient. We want to throw from the ground up. We've talked about stance. We've talked about our grip. Now we're talking about our carriage right here. So we've got the fingertip grip. His front hand's on there just as a guide. We're going to go from pec muscle to pec muscle during our drop. And that's our carriage. All right, so now we're 4 to 6 inches off the chest right here. Not too far out, not too tight, but nice and relaxed here. Okay, now let's make one last coaching point here. We've talked about the grip, and we want it to be a good fingertip grip right there. The intensity in the upper body is all in that right hand right here. We're not going to overcoach the wrist angle. You know, if we've got a good fingertip grip, this wrist is going to be in the angle we need it to be. Now let's talk about the A-frame of the quarterback, where his elbows aren't out, his elbows aren't all the way down, he's nice and relaxed. This thing is going to be as close to 90 degrees as we can, because when we release the football up top here, this is position A. When we go back to position B, come with me here, Steven, to position B, we want to be in a 90 or less. So if we're here nice and tight and we're less than 90, there's going to be room for air. So we coach this thing up about being nice and relaxed. We talk about that 4 to 6 inches off the chest. So when we go from point A to point B, there's not a lot of movement from this elbow angle. And then we can go and release. Coming up here on Steven now, going to take a look at the football here. We talk about the nose of the football, which is right here, not pointed to the ground, not out. You know, some guys you'll see with the ball out here. I think that changes the wrist angle too much, and then there's going to be too much movement at the top. So we talk about that football not being down, not being straight out, but somewhere in between. He's nice and relaxed. His backhand is what's intense. He's got the 4 to 6 inches, maybe even sometimes a little bit less in there. He's nice and relaxed. Now he can go back and forth from chest muscle to chest muscle. Here, his right foot's at 3 o'clock. Now as he crosses over, he can set the platform to throw to his left. Right here, we're training him to have the ability to throw to the left. So he can scan down the middle of the field. If he needs to throw to the right, he can reset his platform to throw to the right. But now we're training him so post-snap, he can throw to the left. Okay, the quarterback is now, he's into his first step. He's in a good carriage position. His shoulder's open to the left. His back hip is fought to 3 o'clock right here. We're gonna cross over one step, cross over with another step right here. Now he's got his platform set here to throw to the left. So let's go back from the top here. Okay, cross over, cross over, cross over. Now as we take a look, he's in a good carriage position. He's set to throw to the left. As we come down here to the feet, his foot is perpendicular to the target where he's throwing. Whether he's gonna throw a deep sideline out, a hook route, or a go route, his platform is set to maximize his throwing power.
When we're calling the play in the huddle, I'm calling this play. I'm calling split right, 324, double quick hitch, okay? That may not sound like anything to most of you guys. I'm just giving a play, okay? Split right, I'm calling the formation, 324, calling the protection, double quick hitch, I'm calling the routes, okay? So already in my mind, I'm thinking, in order to throw quick hitches outside, I better have soft corners. I better have a single safety middle look. I'm looking for a 3 deep look type perfect situation, okay? If I see cover 2 and corners are creeping up in my pre-snap read, then I need to know, well, my number 2 in this route is the tight end right over the ball. And then the backs are checking down. I need to be able to process information like that. Quarterbacks, okay? So we come up, my pre-snap read, I have my first wide vision. I better make sure I have 7 men on the line of scrimmage, 2 backs in the backfield, tight end to my right, because the right is the strength, okay? First wide vision, I'm also recognizing safety location. Where are the safeties at? Do I get kind of a 3 deep look? Are the corners soft? I'm taking all this in with my first wide vision. It's happening like that though, okay? It's happening like that. Eyes up, quarterbacks, eyes up, okay? Now, my first narrow vision. First narrow vision. Now I'm starting to look at where the linebackers placed. Do I have a blitz potential? This is all happening before we snap the football. Do I have a blitz look? Who's the corner I want to attack? Maybe this is a shorter throw over here and both corners are 8 yards off. Well, I might want that throw. Who's the guy who can take this throw away? Either the corner in a cloud position or an outside linebacker or a strong safety rolling up in a cover 3, okay? That's what I'm processing, okay? Then I get into my post-snap read, post-snap read, post-snap read, second wide vision, second wide vision. That first step, boom, I'm confirming safeties. Where are they? Single safety middle or a cover 2 look? If it's cover 2, that changes where I'm going with my number 1 receiver, right? Because I'm not throwing a hitch route versus a cloud corner. Got that? Yep. So with that first step, my eyes are down the center of the field or confirming with the safeties, but I'm also keeping the defense honest. I'm not just going like this. First step, I'm staring down my receiver. I'm not doing that. That's just gonna draw everybody over there, okay? My second step now, if I decide in my pre-snap read, I like this corner to the right, my second step now, I'm starting to see location. I'm starting to see area. Where's the outside linebacker? Did they roll a strong safety up there? Can that guy take away the throw? By that third step, I'm confirming it's there. I'm getting the hips closed. When I throw to the right, make sure you swing that gate, get those hips a little closed, so when you step and point that arrow, you can rock those hips back into the throw, and everything now moves toward the target. Okay? Same thing here, looking to the left. First step, I confirm eyes down the field. Second step, I better get my eyes back over there. That's why we can't turn our shoulders like this. Quarterbacks, when we drop, we don't turn our shoulders, everybody. Got me? Keep those shoulders perpendicular, or if we're throwing to the left, they better open to the left. To where I plant that foot, I angle it, I drive it. Drive it, because I've confirmed everything. From my pre-snap with my first wide vision, first narrow vision, my post-snap with my second wide vision, second narrow vision. The second narrow vision is basically confirming that that throw is there, because that room, that zone is open. That second narrow vision of finding that defender who could take it away is not in a place to take it away. If he is, by that third step, I confirmed it's not there, I better look to my tight end over the ball, or look to my backs checking down. We don't wait on receivers to get open. It's either open or it's not, okay? It's either there, we go to number two, if it's there, hey, we're banging it on them on time. If it's not there, we're rehitching, we're getting to number two, okay? You're processing information, bam, like that. It can't be, hey, I'm gonna wait, move so you could get open. Hurry up, move away from him. Boom, you get smacked in the face, okay? We have to be better than the defense. We have to be a step ahead of the defense, okay? So now, real quick, with our drops, 3-step, plant, throw, hitches on the outside. We're gonna move through this fast, get some good timing, good throws. We don't want to
It's for the Scoopers, the 23-yard line. Out of the gun, Cody Trot, standing behind him, running back Tanner Nelson. Waddle waits the snap, gets it, pass the handoff, back one. Oh, looks left, and Ashler on the secure at the
Go, Cody, go. Go, Cody. Let's go. There we go, Cody.
Fumble on the play.
Okay, warming up the quarterback. Got about a half a dozen drills. This first one here is feet in cement. You know, I think with any of these drills, you're going to look to get around 10 to 12 throws per workout. So here with feet in cement, what we're doing is we're putting that quarterback's feet, we're locking them in the ground. Here we're just isolating the upper body. This is the first warm-up drill that we use. They're just, they're 8 to 10 yards apart. They're going to get 10 to 12 throws per exercise right here, but they're just locking their feet in the ground and just isolating that upper body, getting a nice carriage position, pushing to the side, and working their throwing mechanics and releasing the football. Warm-up drills, throwing knee down. We're only going to use one hand with this drill. The ball is going to start from the ground. We're trying to create some good consistent muscle memory with our upper body. So we're taking the ball from the ground with one hand. The front hand does not touch the football. It just comes up with the movement of the ball from the ground. He rotates his shoulders and just follows through to his crotch. Last step crossover here, still in our warm-up phase. Now we're working in a left-over right position so the quarterback's in his last step, whether it's a 3-step drop or a 5-step drop or whatever drop it is. He's going to go left over right. He's going to take a nice consistent step with his right foot, which will be his last step, and he's going to set his base and his foundation or his platform, however you want to phrase it, and then he's going to go with his front foot with that 4 to 6 inch step here. So we're just working on a weight transfer here, just developing a consistent last step. Front step, weight transfer, warm-up drill. Again, 10 to 12 throws with this. Quarterback's going to start in the carriage position. His weight's going to be back. Some coaching points here. You want the quarterback's back leg, his back knee to be inside of his foot. And now as he steps forward with a 4 to 6 inch front step, he's going to transfer his weight. That's going to keep the momentum fast to his upper body component of throwing the football. And you want to bring that back foot to parallel or beyond when you finish. Down the line drops here, drop, back pedal, and over. Here again, we're working our aggressive crossover step here, dropping down the line here. Now what we've got the quarterback doing is we've got him going from a drop to a back pedal to an over position. And really what we're trying to do, we're trying to train his drop back passing technique, but we're also trying to isolate the upper body and making the quarterback understand no matter what his feet are doing, his upper body needs to stay the same. Okay, this is the first drill we use to introduce pocket movement and the use of the back foot to our quarterbacks. So the quarterbacks are going to set in front of the coach, and the coach is going to give them instructions to move to their right or to their left, backwards or forward. We're emphasizing using the back foot. So as we use the rhythm of step, replace, they can then set their feet to make the throw. Rather than using their front foot, they'd have to use an additional step. So we always emphasize using the back foot unless they're moving forward. Sprint out passing drills, we can throw. This is the first drill we're going to use when we're teaching our quarterbacks how to sprint out. This can also be used as a warm-up. So your quarterback's going to fall downhill at its target. In this drill, you can work it with your whole group of quarterbacks throwing to each other with this. But it's a run, a yank, and a throw. And as you run downhill at your target and the ball's yanked back, you want to train these quarterbacks just as if they're in a game sprinting out to their right or to their left, or even a scramble mode, to run with the football pushed back in the yanked position and then to release it and throw and follow through downhill at their target. Okay, under center, sprint out passing, sprint out to the right, sprint out to the left here. You have the quarterback step to 730 here, run, yank, and throw and fall downhill. You want to emphasize falling downhill at their target as much as they can if there's no pressure in front of them. So we try to minimize the upper body movement here, going to his right, run, yank, and throw with a finish. You want to push that ball back into the yanked position, have him run with it, and then release it. And you'll minimize the movement of the upper body.